On October 25th, 1948, a legend was born. This legend was Dan Gable, son of Cade and Matt Gable. Dan was born and raised in Waterloo, where he found his passion for wrestling. Gable went undefeated at Waterloo West High School and was a three-time state champion. With his choice of many different colleges, he decided to attend Iowa State University to continue his wrestling career. Gable nearly went his whole collegiate career undefeated, going 117-1 in college. His lone loss came in the national finals as a senior to Larry Owings from the University of Washington. After a gut-wrenching defeat to finish his collegiate career, Gable went on to become a terror in the international freestyle scene. In 2 international seasons, Gable posted a 28-1 record, including a 1971 world title in Bulgaria. In 1972, Dan Gable won an Olympic gold medal in Munich, Germany. Gable competed with a torn ACL and did not sacrifice a single point in the entire tournament. However, Gable's impressive athletic career barely scratches the surface of his historic coaching career. Gable became the head coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes in 1976. His goal as coach was to teach his athletes a tireless work ethic, similar to the one he had when he was an athlete. Gable also wanted to teach his athletes the power of mental toughness. Brooks Simpson recalled his time wrestling for Gable. Simpson was Iowa's 190-pound wrestler and finished second at Nationals in 1990. He recalled a time after practice when Coach Gable grabbed him and said he was not mentally tough enough to be here. Gable filled a bag of ice for Simpson and put him in the sauna. Simpson was not allowed out until 1 hour had passed. Simpson said Gable would come by and check on him every couple minutes or so to make sure he wasn't cheating. Although at the time, Simpson thought this was mindless torture, looking back on it, he realized it was the little things Gable did like that to grow such tough athletes. In Gable's first season as head coach, Iowa finished third at Nationals and had 1 individual champion. Gable's second season, however, marked the beginning of a record-breaking national championship run. The 1978 season ended with Iowa beating Iowa State by half a point at the national championships. Gable and his Hawkeyes remained the undisputed top dog for the next 8 seasons. From 1979 to 1986, no other team came within 20 points of Iowa at the national tournament. The closest was in 1982, when Iowa beat Iowa State by 21 points. The last year of this 9-season run was by far the most impressive. The 1986 Hawks won Nationals with a score of 158 points. To this day, that is the second most points ever scored by a team. Their margin of victory was a little over 70 points. Iowa also had 8 All-Americans this season, including 6 national finalists and a record-tying 5 national champions in one season. Going for his 10th national title, Gable made the bold decision to put the Roman numeral 10 on their singlets that season. This Roman numeral is now referred to as the X of Death by the wrestlers who recall that season. Iowa's historic run came to an end in 1987 when the Iowa State Cyclones defeated Iowa at the national championships by a score of 133 to 108. Gable's Hawkeyes fell into a bit of a slump, not winning any national titles from 1987 to 1990. This led Gable to perform more hands-on recruiting in 1990 and land star recruits Tom and Terry Brands to turn the team around. This strategy worked, as Gable's Hawkeyes picked up a national title in 1991. In Gable's final 7 seasons, from 1991 to 1997, Gable won 6 national championships in just 7 years. Gable's lone blemish in these 7 seasons came in 1994 when the Hawks took second to the Oklahoma State Cowboys at the national tournament. Gable's final season broke the record books and will forever be remembered. The 1997 Hawkeyes sent Dan Gable's legacy out with a bang. Iowa won a national title with 170 total team points, the most ever scored at the NCAA tournament. No team has ever come close and may never will. Iowa had 8 All-Americans, including 6 national finalists and 5 national champions, tying the record Gable's 1986 team set. After the 1997 season, Gable decided he was too old to do the type of hands-on coaching he felt his athletes deserved. In 1998, Jim Zaleski took the reins as Hawkeyes head coach as Gable retired. In Gable's 21 years as Iowa's head coach, he won 15 national team titles. His combined duel record was 355 wins, 21 losses, and 5 ties. He coached 152 All-Americans and 45 individual national champions. Gable also coached 12 Olympians, 4 of which went on to win the gold medal at the Olympic Games with Gable in their corner. Gable's legacy lives on in the Hawkeye wrestling room through current head coach Tom Brands. Brands wrestled for Gable in college and brings similar coaching qualities to Iowa that Gable once did. However, his legacy is not limited to Iowa. Gable has produced a number of athletes who are currently serving as very successful Division I coaches. Some big names include Tom Ryan, who's currently the head coach at Ohio State University. Ryan led Ohio State to their first ever national championship in 2016. Another former Gable wrestler, Kevin Dresser, took Virginia Tech from a no-name wrestling school to a team consistently ranked in the top 5. Other big names include Mark Perry of Illinois and Jim Zaleski of Oregon State, who originally took over at Iowa after Gable retired. Gable's legacy stretches out to the international team. Current head coach of USA Wrestling, Bill Zadek, was also once a wrestler for Gable. On April 18, 2012, Gable's legacy was immortalized in bronze as the University of Iowa put up a 7-foot-tall statue of Gable outside the Carver Hawkeye Arena to honor his legacy. A legacy that definitely deserves to be remembered.